Juvexin. If you feel the powder, you can almost feel the Juvexin in it. There's like a moist feel to it, so you can actually feel the Juvexin in the lightening powder. Again, this is glue-based, so it is going to help toning while lifting. We do not recommend using heat with any of our lighteners. Because this is a fast-acting lightener, there's no need for the heat. With any of the other lighteners, the cream lightener has so much oil in it that it starts to get very drippy, and our clay lightener, it will just dry it out and it will stop lifting, so we don't want to do that. So I'm just going to paint some foils in her hair. Help me out, goodness. Okay. So I'm going to mix up again with the 1:2 ratio. And I'm going to use 30 volume on her just to make sure that we get the lightness that we're looking for. So you can see Katarina is working pretty quickly through this head of hair that we have here. She definitely has a lot of hair. She's not using a lot of product, so we do recommend using about 1/2 ounce to 1 ounce of product per application. Like I said, a little goes a long way with our treatments. So once she's finished applying the product, we're going to go right into the blow dry. There is no processing time for resistant, which is a great point to this product. When we're blow drying her hair, we're going to go on medium heat. It's really important to use medium heat on her because we're trying to bake the product into the hair. We don't want to burn it out by using high heat and round brushing it out because this product needs to sit in her hair for 48 hours. So we're going to start with a rough dry. Once it's about 80% dry, you can then go in and round brush if you choose to. With this treatment, the blow dry is not as important. It really relies on the iron work, whereas with the best, it's all about the blow dry, and then we're just kind of sealing it in with the iron. So they're very different techniques. We're definitely going to have questions and answers so that we can clarify anything for you because they're like two separate families. They're done completely different. The chemical is different on them. So just to make sure that you guys have a full understanding. Once she's done with the blow dry, then we'll go in and flat iron her hair. All of our treatments do require a titanium flat iron. So ceramic irons are porous, and they actually will absorb the keratin as you pass the iron through the hair. If you do use a ceramic iron, you will notice that they will not get the same shine, and the treatment will not last as long. So we have a few different iron options that we offer. We have our Easy Control. It's 2.7 inches wide and it's 4.7 inches long. So it's amazing for keratin treatments especially because you can cover so much area and you can get through the head a lot quicker than with a traditional 1-inch iron that we use. It's titanium plates and it's just easy to use. What's nice about it is the plates are floating plates and they're also close enough to the edge that you can get to the root area very easily. Another nice point about our Juvexin Lightening Powder Plus is that it does not swell. So whatever you mix is what you mix, and it's not going to grow, which is great for foiling because we're not going to get any slippage with the foils. So you can see that Katarina is just making sure that all of the hair is evenly saturated, and then she's going to comb through to make sure that she gets any excess product off the hair. We definitely want to make sure that we're being mindful of our product application. Sometimes if you have a heavy hand with product dispensing, like I know a lot of stylists do, you can take down the neck section and massage them together and marry them to prevent the overusage of the product. So now she's combing off all the excess. If you see like a white residue coming off your comb, that means you're using too much product, and you want to be mindful in your next application to use a little bit less. With the strawberry resistant, because it is a heavier product, you will use a little bit less than the regular resistant. And so she's just massaging the product into the hair, making sure that it's all penetrating that hair shaft. Again, with our treatments, we recommend washing the hair with our pH Plus to clarify 3 times at least, leaving it on 1 time for a couple of minutes. If you have a client that has virgin hair, with any of the treatments, it's recommended to wash them as many times as necessary in order to get that cuticle popped open so that that keratin can penetrate into the hair shaft. So from what I understand, henna is a very big product that is used here, and there is some difficulties using henna and keratin. So if your client is using henna, we recommend to really make sure that you're clarifying the hair really well. Because henna is basically coating the hair and sealing down the cuticle of the hair shaft, it's really creating a very heavy barrier, and it's making it more difficult to get that cuticle open so that the product can be received. So if you have a client that is using henna, they really need to be clarified really, really well. You want the hair to be squeaky, squeaky clean. You want to feel that roughness to the hair so that you know the keratin is going to be penetrating. So Katarina is starting with the blow dry. She has it set on medium heat and full speed, and she's just going to rough dry it.
Excuse me, you'll describe it about explaining. So we will blow dry it now. We will start with cold air, and we will finish with warm air. So we will show you the result because the Nicole need to talk with you. It will be struggling. Okay?
So she's going to start the blow dry, and then we're going to take her off stage just because the blow dryer is a little distracting on stage, but we want you to see.
Other model, and you can see how we apply other products. Okay, thank you.
One of the features of the resistant formula when blow drying the product into the hair, and because we're blow drying it on medium heat, is there is no smoke or irritations coming from the product. So if you have sensitivities or your clients have sensitivities to a lot of the keratin products, this one will be very minimal.